yo, calm. You know? And I'm thinking like, seeing the movie Juice, I'm like, this motherfucker Tupac can act his ass off, right? Then I saw that shit like, that nigga wasn't acting. That's who he is.
Willie D Live.
That's noble. How do you deal with the duality of being, Guy Torry, the comedian, and Guy Torry, the person, the man?
It's a good question because I'm tripolar. It's me, myself, and Guy.
Yeah.
It's three personalities, man. There's a saint, there's a sinner, and there's the silly dude. You know what I mean? So I'm really the same person most of all, but sometimes if you've seen my show, it is tripolar. I talk about politics, I talk about sex, I talk about relationships, I talk about religion. So that's all my personalities. I'm multifaceted. There's many sides to Guy Torry to sound like a boxer talking in third person. But I many parts of Guy Torry. And when I'm doing a show, when I'm headlining, you see the full album. Like I'm on tour right now I'm doing some dates with the Legends of Laughter tour with Samore and DC Curry and Lavelle Crawford and Gary Owen and we throw some other comedians on there and I do a few dates with them. So that tour I'm giving you a single. That's my single. That's my hot single. But when you come see me headline, that's the album. That's every song, that's every joke. You get a full point of view of who the hell I am. The good, the bad, the ugly. The saint, the sinner, the silly dude. Crazy, sexy fool. That's me.
Yeah. Was you a crazy, sexy fool for Valentine's Day? It just passed.
Man, I'm single, so I gave my mama some flowers and brought her some lunch. That was my Valentine.
Yeah, you don't really celebrate Valentine's Day?
I mean, if you're doing what you're supposed to do, it's really every day. But of course, that's the day they recognize, and you make it a little bit more special for whoever your significant other is. Yeah, but it is what it is. When I was married, of course, Valentine's Day was big, was huge. Yeah, of course.
Man, how hard is it to be serious, man, when you're a comedian, for people to take you serious?
It's hard, bro. And people don't understand that we're dark people anyway on the inside. So when people don't take you serious, you get a little annoyed, because they expect us to be on all the time.
Anyway, you from the show me.
Yeah, we got hands. I fight. And then I repent later. But yeah, it's hard for some people to take you, and especially I'm short and funny, so they really don't take you serious. Yeah. I tell people, don't let these dimples fool you. Don't let these dimples fool you.
What was it like when you met Pac?
Oh, man.
You met Pac on the set of Poetic Justice, right?
They had already done shooting Poetic Justice, right? But they were doing some reshoots. So it was election day, and Joe said, man, they shooting some reshoots at the Sony lot. It was Columbia Pictures back then, Columbia lot. Let's go hang out. I'm like, cool. So we walking on the set, we're walking on our way to the set, and we bump into Tupac on the way out. And I'm like, wow, that's Tupac. I'm out in LA maybe a month, so I'm still bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. So we meet Pac, and he had that energy, man. He was mad because it was a case he was facing about somebody had gotten shot, and he was like, man, I'm about to ride on these motherfuckers and food these motherfuckers. And Joe's like, yo, calm. And I'm thinking like, seeing the movie Juice, I'm like, this motherfucker Tupac can act his ass off, right? Then I saw that shit like, that nigga wasn't acting. That's who he is. And he's like, these motherfuckers, man, motherfucker. Joe was like, nah, man, you get somebody else to do that if you're gonna do that. You're a celebrity now. Have somebody else handle your dirty work if that's what you want to do. And he's like, you right, Joe. You right, Joe. You right, Joe. And he's like, my little brother guy. Hey, what's up, man? Boom, boom. Welcome to LA, man. Da, 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 da. And then boom. And then I just see him at my comedy shows. And he'll pop up, hey, man, fuck Joe. Get out, man, create your own lane, man. Be your own man. Be your own self, man. Get your own personality. Da, 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 da. And that was cool because he'd come to shows, man, and always give me, some words of wisdom. And he didn't mean fuck Joe in a bad way. It's like, man, fuck, I remember being at...
He was just saying you had to create your own lane because you was never going to blow. You'd have never got all those opportunities that you got.
If I tried to be Joe.
If you try to be,
Right. That's why I didn't work out. I didn't want to work out. That's why I remained slim because I didn't want to be Joe. So that's it. So my bad build is because I didn't want to be Joe. But that's why I choose to wear glasses too, because people still get us mixed up.
Yeah.
So if I have on glasses, oh, that's the guy. He's the one with the glasses. Oh, that's Guy. That's the one that look like he on crack. So that's why I try to be completely opposite. But Pac was like, I was at this. I was hosting this open mic hip hop show, and it was right before Poetic Justice came out. and Pac was in there. The Gemini was in there, and he just snapped, man, and went on one of them tangents, man. I was like, I was so nervous. I was like Mike Myers when Kanye said President Bush don't like black people. I was just standing like, thank you, Mr. Pac. Back to you, Jim. So it was a crazy experience, but that was Pac. You got the good Pac, you got the bad Pac, you got the passionate Pac. You know what I'm saying? So he was just inspiration to allow me to create my own, get my own voice.
Yeah.
In stand up.